So we're birds, and we're birds. I wonder who can fly highest. I wonder who can fly longest. I can fly high. I can fly long. I can fly high. Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa from the Glenn A. Jones Library in Johnstown. I want to thank you for watching my craft tutorial today. I hope you will participate and do the craft, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, thanks for joining me for this craft. The overall topic for this is birds. Originally when I was going to do this craft, I was just going to do an owl, and I was kind of inspired by Harry Potter's owl. But then I got to thinking about how much birds are actually a part of folklore and myths. You know, there's, even in Harry Potter, you also have a phoenix, and you have a hippogriff, which isn't quite a bird, but it's something with wings. You have the thestrals that also fly, and so I expanded it to do either a owl or an eagle for the craft. You also get eagles a lot in myths and folklore. There are ravens a lot in myths and folklore, and there's a lot of falcons and hawks. Anyway, so we're just going to start with our owl craft, and the overall topic is birds. So here's your printout, and you're also going to start with a paper towel tube, which you are going to split in half. You're only going to use half of the paper towel tube. Take your cutout or your printout and color it and cut it all out. So you have all your little parts. You have the owl face and chest and wings and feet. And we're actually going to start with the hardest part. This part's kind of hard. It takes some patience, but I promise that once we get the hard part over with, the next part will be fine. The other parts will be easy. So you have your feet here. We're going to take and we're going to put a ring of glue around the bottom of your tube, just like this. And we're going to place it in the middle of the feet. By the way, feet are optional. This craft, the owl especially, will look just as cute without the feet. With the eagle, it does add something. But for the owl, if this part looks too frustrating or challenging, you know, just skip it. All right, so I have that kind of solid on there. You know, you could just leave it like that too, but this is the challenging part here. So once you have that there, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to go around and make just a little snip all the way around, about 1/8 of an inch in between each, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. Snip all the way around. You don't want to do that with the feet part. So you're going to snip like right there on the edge, and then skip his 3 little toes, and go to the other side and clip here, and skip the 3 little toes. I'm going to do one here in the middle. All right, so now that you have all that clipped, we're going to put glue around the edges of these, not the toe parts, the feet parts, but around where you just clipped. Put glue, turn it upside down, and then put these over and have them glue. Have them glue to the tube. And this takes some patience to hold it there, for it to dry, This is, like I said, this is the most challenging part of this craft. All right, and I'm actually not going to take the patience to do that because I've already done that for you. See, it is possible. It just takes some patience. So there we have our feet on our owl. And I'm doing kind of a gray owl, so I have gray construction paper here. And I'm going to cover the whole tube with the gray construction paper. And I kind of want the seam that's going to show, the edge of the paper that's going to show in the back of the back of the tube. The front of the tube is going to be where our feet are. So this is going to take a little bit of, I don't know exactly how wide the paper is, so I may have to adjust a little bit to find the back. Get this good edge of the paper on the back. Yeah, not too terribly bad. I'm going to adjust a little bit. All right. Okay. So I'm gluing the paper to the tube, and I'm going to use a little helper here, just kind of hold this in place while I get this kind of adjusted and around. Those clips are kind of nice for that. You could also use like a bag clip or a clothespin if you have one. Or just be patient. Okay, so there I'm doing kind of a gray owl. So I've glued my construction paper to the tube. All right. Now, this next part is the part that makes this definitively an owl. It's going to identify it as an owl almost as much as the big eyes do. And that is, you just take and kind of, at the front and the back, you kind of fold it in like this. And this gives you, on what would be a great horned owl, this gives you kind of those horns. It gives it a very, very much like an owl look to it. Alrighty, just fold that in. Simple as that. Okay, we're gonna add glue on our owl eyes. The face, it also has the beak on it. There we go. And I'm going to glue on the owl chest. The little chest feathers here makes it look like an owl. So far, so good. Alrighty, and we're going to glue on our owl wings. And for this, you just kind of want to put some glue kind of in an oval up by the shoulders. And I don't want to glue this flat to the owl. I want to have some dimension here. So I'm going to make my wings go maybe angled down a little bit in front, almost like arms. I'm just kind of waiting for it to dry enough that I can let go of it. All right, and the other wing, here again, a little oval kind of up by the shoulder. And kind of have it out in front. Like that. Hold it just long enough to dry enough so I can let go. Alrighty. And after that first part, the rest of it really is pretty easy. And I use construction paper, but if you want to just use white paper and have it colored, maybe do a blue owl or part blue and part gray, or a brown owl. Coloring is always good. All right, you notice the pattern also has some feathers here. You know, you could do what you want with these, or nothing at all if you don't want. I thought I might take these and put them in there. Maybe, I don't know. I think I might take a big one. You could take and you could put them, you know, add them to the wings if you wanted. That kind of looks pretty cool. I thought I might also make it kind of a tail for the owl. I don't know, that's almost too skinny of a tail for my taste. But if you have craft feathers, that's another option. You can glue craft feathers, you know, either to the owl wings or here again to make an owl tail. I was actually thinking these are I like these little craft feathers right up in here. Right up in the, I think I'm going to add my craft feathers right up in here. Just like that. All right. You can imagine this maybe is Hedwig delivering a broomstick to Harry Potter, or a message from his godfather. All right, so we will go on and do our eagle now. Thanks. All right, so now for the option of doing your eagle bird. Again, you have your printouts, and you can print these out on construction paper or print them out on regular paper and then color and cut out all your pieces. You're also going to need a paper towel tube, which you will cut in half. And just like with the owl, we're going to do the same thing for the feet. This is the hardest part. So it just requires a little bit of patience. With the owl, you didn't really need to do the feet if you didn't want to. It's just kind of an added element. This eagle is a little bit more of an eagle with the feet, but certainly if you feel like it's too challenging, then by all means, we don't want you to be frustrated. This is supposed to be fun. All right, so I put a ring of glue around the bottom of the tube, just like with the owl, and put it in the center of my eagle feet here. And I'm kind of gonna hold on a second, give it some time, you know, twist it initially to get, all right. Here we go. That looks good. And just like with the owl feet, you're going to take, you want to avoid the claws here. You don't want to snip any of that part, but kind of right up to the edge of where those claws start, you want to do a little bit of clipping, about every 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. You know, if you find that it's not gluing down for you really well to the tube, it'll help to make them just tiny bit smaller. Yeah, so clip. You don't want to clip the claws. You got to be careful not to clip the claws. Go right up to the edge though and clip right about there. And here, you know, go right up to the edge and clip around the front. Just like that. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take glue. I'm going to go all around the parts where I just clipped. Not the claw parts, but the parts I just clipped. And add glue. Alright. And then you're going to push these parts down and be patient while they adhere to the tube. This is the most challenging part. You just have to be patient. And that's the hard part, is to be patient. See how it kind of wants to come up. Even just when you think you've got it and it's like all easier than you thought it might have been, and some part pops up. Alrighty. Alright, honestly, that's probably the easiest that's ever been for me right there. Yay! Okay, now for our bald eagle, I'm going to do mostly brown. This is brown construction paper. But here again, you can print it out on white and color it with markers and crayons. This piece of paper is about 7 inches long and about 3.5 inches tall. And I'm going to try to get the seam back. We'll see how well it goes. So the brown is towards the feet. And looks like I need to deep twist it a little bit to get my seam towards the back, the edge of my paper towards the back. All right, lining it up with the bottom there. My edge didn't quite come out here. I think I'm just going to trim that with scissors so that it'll lie fairly flat. Trim this part up with scissors. That was easier than trying to get that all lined up there. Sometimes when you're crafting, that's what it takes. All right, so you notice that I have the brown on the bottom, but the top part is still tube colored. Didn't cover the tube color. It's because I'm making the bald eagle and it needs to be bald. So here we go with the bald eagle part. It doesn't quite go around all the way to the back, but you know what? That's okay. All right, so I'm gonna glue this part. Make sure the eyes end up in the front. And we can cover the top just a little bit if we want to. Top of the tube, it can go over the top. It doesn't have to line up with the top of the tube. Alrighty, there are my eyes. And feathers, the white feathers that come down off the head around the neck. Alright, I think that's dry enough. I can leave them a little bit. Okay, and I have a beak. I printed mine out orange. You're going to want to fold on this line here, the triangle across the diamond. Goes down like that. And also, one of the things that makes an eagle, another thing that makes an eagle really look like an eagle, is that it's kind of got a crooked nose. So I folded this part of the triangle down. This part gets glued to the tube right between the eyes, and it's not going to lay flat. There's just going to be a little line here that glues to the tube. These edges are not going to lie flat on the tube, so don't think they are. It'll only frustrate you if you try to. It'll change the shape of the nose and frustrate you if you try to get it all the way down. You're welcome to do that if you want to. Of course, yours doesn't have to look like mine. I'm just kind of telling you what I expect from mine. All right, see there how we kind of have the beak of the eagle, and the edges of the triangle aren't glued down. He's got that crook in his nose. There we go. All right, now we need to get this eagle some wings. All right, so here are the wings. You can put the wings like this if you want to kind of have it down and out. You can glue on the wings like this, make it look very much like an eagle. You could glue the wings in like this. I think I'm going to glue my wings like this towards the back and have the wings kind of outstretched like this maybe. I think that's what I'm going to do. You want to put glue just kind of on the shoulders and have my wings kind of like this. How's that look? Yay, I like it. Whoops. Wasn't patient enough, it fell down. Alrighty. Put glue just kind of on the shoulder. There's really not much of it sticking to the tube there. That shows up kind of in the back. Gonna hold them on. Ooh, I like it. Okay, I also made a tail for the eagle to fit kind of right here. I'll fold this just a tiny bit. Kind of goes right there. Here again, this is probably going to be like the beak where only the center part of it really sticks to the tube. So the edges probably won't stick. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We kind of have our eagle. The pattern includes some feathers. You know, these might look good here. You know, they might look good around here. You might want to take and put them on the tail. You could put them on the back. So there are different places where you could put these feathers if you wanted to. I kind of like mine without the feathers. Here again, if you have craft feathers, they might also look good here or here. So you can use craft feathers too if you have them. If not, that's okay. Now remember what I said with the owl or with the eagle, that his feet would be a little bit better, little bit more, make it look a little bit more like an eagle than if you that you could skip the owl feet and it would still look like an owl, but that the eagle feet, it's going to really add something. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to fold these claws. So kind of fold these like, I don't know, maybe give them kind of joints like a finger. And make it look like claws, like he's coming down to grab something. So I'm putting 2 folds in them. One like this knuckle, and one like, so fold like here and a fold like here, just like people fingers. And you see this with eagles all the time, how they have claws that come down and they grab something. My tail's coming off because I didn't let the glue sit long enough. I wasn't patient enough. All right, so I'm going to work on folding these claws a little bit more. But I'll do that off camera. So there we have our eagle. And I hope you enjoyed that craft. Thanks.